to Gunpla Reviews, where it is myself versus my shelf. Over 200 model kits and a queue of reviews to do. Today's challenger is, by sign of the manual, the Premium Bandai RX-78XX Gundam Pixy from the year of our Bandai Lords, 2018, from the video game Mobile Suit Gundam Cross Dimension 0079. A video game side story, also heavily featured in SD Gundam G Generation Genesis. Please watch my Let's Plays, blah blah blah. So, as is given by the sign of our manual, we have our P-Bandai, we have our box, regular standard Gundam Pixy release. I say that, but we will get into that forthcoming. First and foremost, let us behold the manual. So we have our model kit, the high grade Gundam Pixy. This might be just me, but does it look to you like it is standing lopsided? It feels like. And perhaps it is just well, that would explain that right there. Look, that is off center, isn't it? That is completely off center and I can't get it to fix. It can't be designed that way, can it? There it goes. That was all just me. Cool! I fixed that right on camera. And now it feels even more like it is off center. There it goes. No, you still feel lopsided. This might be a construction issue with me and me alone. That aside, our articulation is as follows. We have the head, some wobble. There it goes. He's a little stiff. We get rotation. At the arms, it is a ball and socket here. So you can only get so high before it pops out. Arm will go up this far. However, full 180 bend at the elbow. Glorious day. And once I get hold of it, the traditional ball and socket peg here. Now it does have an interesting point of construction. Let's go ahead and pop that hand out real quick. This is not normal, but mostly because the arm had to be designed in such a way to not lose a piece or push the camera. I can get it out without dropping it. Notice there's a poly cap in the wrist that allows you to house a beam saber handle. Although these beam saber handles I would like to think are purely cosmetic because they don't plug into anything at all. At the waist, we have small rotation. Only a little bit of wobble because of the ball and socket connection there. Side skirts swing back and forth. Minimal up and down action. No butt flap. Full movement of the front skirt, which allows you to see inside. Matter of fact, I have an extra light here so we can get inside and see when it's dark. I knew this extra light would come in handy eventually. At the thigh. I thought the camera came. Dang it. Hold on. No. As we were talking about thigh rotation, get full thigh rotation here. At the knee, full bend. At the foot here, you get some toe action. Ankle side to side. The ankle armor doesn't really move all that much. I mean, it does a little, but you have to move the foot around it. And look, at least it's a very different construction. Rather than being a sandwich piece, it is a sort of hooked-in piece. You can see that there. So that is definitely a new form of construction that I would hope to see going forward in other Gundam-type model kits that are produced after this date. Now, before I start talking about accessories, I have to talk about my personal accessory. Once we get all these extra runners out of the way, we'll talk about those after. Oh, letter. Once again, I will always shill the Hangar Bay on eBay as my personal preference for P-Bandai model kits when and every time I physically can. Right now, shipping is very difficult, so I have 2 kits still stuck in his possession because shipping is difficult. We have a letter, which I will read to you, as well as his traditional wax seal. If I can't get the focus on this, you can see it's a Pegasus on a stand. So is this the personal emblem of White Base? Hit me up in the comments below if you know what emblem this is, because I sure don't recognize it off the top of my head. The letter for the Gundam Pixy reads as follows. Department of Gunpla Reinforcements, the Hangar Bay, Japan. Top secret. Date 2019-1-10. So I've had this kit in my backlog for over a year. Or is that date and month? I don't know how Japanese dates go. I actually forget. Is it the month and the day? No, I think there's this condescending. Yeah, year, month, day. That would make sense. To Commander Zappa Slave, me, subject, support from White Base. Greetings, Commander Zappa. We received a request for a clone range assault unit and are pleased to inform you that White Base has responded, transferring the RX-78XS Gundam Pixy, originally planned for deployment at Odessa, over to your squadron. This is something that is covered in the game itself, as well as SD Gundam G Generation Genesis. Based on the iconic RX-78-2, the Pixy was designed with more of a focus on close combat. It omits the core block system of the original to reduce weight, making for a faster, more agile suit. It also lacks any ranged beam weaponry, instead relying on shell-firing submachine guns, and therefore struggles against heavy armor at a distance. However, the weight savings do allow it to rapidly close in on opposition, where it's particularly deadly with its beam daggers. Very few ZEON pilots have survived a close encounter with the Pixy, and we're certain such a record will continue in the hands of one of the top melee specialists. Sincerely, Joel Haslam, Hangar Bay Command. Sincerely, I like this man because he's a personal seller and he writes these letters. Now sure, it's a copy and paste to slap your real name in there for you, but the fact that he went through the trouble to write it out, I fucking adore it. Now, setting aside, so you will see that there is a void where I had the runners and I was finna talk about them. And I went on an entire tirade about this being a unique kit with unique runners to it having repeat parts, only to realize that those are duplicate runners, so you kind of have some extra parts. It happens. What you do get as far as extra things that are useful is you get a few extra shield parts here from the ground type Gundam reused runner. So you get a lot of shield parts, but no front side. You get everything you need for another bullpup machine gun, except for the ammo clip here. But if you have any, then you can just slap one of these things from the side skirts onto that. And you get one open hand, but no backing. Alas. Let's talk about what you really get with the Gundam Pixy. With arms out to side, you get 2 beam saber handles stored at the hip. These plug right into place like so. And now while these are called beam daggers, the effect part is almost as long as your regular beam saber. Sure, it's shorter, but I've seen what am I trying to say? 00 kits that come with blades about this long. You get 2 of them, of course, 2 handles, 2 effect parts. But the thing that I would like to believe most everybody wanted this kit for are the powerful swirling effect parts, or swishing, swiping, cutting. This is a powerful selling point. If you're not already a personal fan of the Pixy, this is your sell point right here. It's made of a harder plastic, not as flexible as your beam sabers would be. I mean, I wouldn't go bending them anyway, but they're still pretty solid. Fairly thick as well. I'm going to set that aside for now. You also get the aforementioned submachine guns. On the back here they have little tabs wherein you can plug them straight into your back skirt for easy and rapid use and storage. Because this is a melee unit, you gotta get it up in there. I can speak for a living. That's what I do. I take orders at work. I can talk on a robot game. I digress. I still get the feeling that you're not standing level, and I don't know what it is. Why are your legs uneven? Did I construct something wrong? Like this looks uneven, and I don't know why. Stuff not pushed in all the way? Was that it? Did I solve something else right here on camera? That may have literally been it. Raw! Unedited! No, there is some editing. I lied. And you get 2 sets of very proprietary, explicit hand-holding triggers. Now, the trigger is built into the hand itself. So you will take this chunk of your submachine gun and plug that right into here. However, this is also a separate piece. Do you know what that means? My fans, my people, ladies, gentlemen, and genders of all kinds. You can plug in your beam saber effect, or your beam dagger, right into the bottom of the hand. And engage. Simultaneous melee and ranged madness. With my very unimpressive posing right here, I want to bring the manual back out very briefly. Because the manual most definitely says, do it. Do it. That's wild. I love it. Definitely a very high selling point. Unfortunately, it is at a P-Bandai cost. It's not too bad though, considering. I don't think I paid too much more outside of the high shipping from Japan. So, ZEON here will say, ace it. Ace is most definitely the highest ranking I can give. This is a kit that you're gonna probably want to build Knight immediately. It's got the powerful selling point of the only kit, not even... Okay, I'm about to put my foot in my mouth. So, does the Fred Weber Pixy Gundam come with these same effect parts? I would like to hope that it does. But this is definitely a mighty selling point, excuse me. The articulation is great. You've got minimal stickers, mostly here at the head, a couple around the collar, this purple right here in the collar, and then of course your clear parts for the Pixy logo. It's pretty damn good. I like it. It definitely goes in a very front row spot on your shelf. But I thank y'all for watching. Stay tuned for more giant robot antics of all kinds. And as always, ZEON.